Welcome to the Diamond Las Vegas Open $25,000 added WPA sanctioned event being played at the CSI Arena in the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino. This is George Teachea, joined by Jim Weich, and here we are with the third round match with Billy Thorpe and Mieszko Fortunski, a Polish player who has won the, well, tell us about that, Jimmy.
Yeah, he's enjoyed a modicum of success, even though he might not be too well known to American fans tuning in. But he's actually won a European Tour event back in 2016. He won the European 10-ball championships. So he comes across the Atlantic.
He comes to the pond, as they say.
The pond with a goal.
Yeah, he'll be in next week's Predator to World 10-ball tournament, as will Billy. And Billy, of course, 22-year-old pool playing sensation from the United States.
Yeah, he is definitely one of the young guns, the up-and-comers from the U.S. And Mieszko, 5 years his elder, says he was been playing since he was 7 years old.
Yeah, I know. That's a long time to play.
He'd be standing on a box back then, I'll tell you.
Milk crate, you think?
Something to help him.
Something to stand over the table.
Yeah. That was all I did when I was 7. I think I played marbles.
I don't remember that far back. Well, we're off to the break. Here's a race to 7 alternate break format. We're using the 3-point rule along with the 3-foul rule. We are playing on diamond 9-foot tables, the XK2 Predator cloth, the Predator Arcos balls. We are sponsored by Predator, CueSports International, Diamond Billiard Products, Kamui, and Omega Billiards. A dry break by Mieszko. I like saying that, Mieszko.
That's how the Polish would say it.
How would the Americans pronounce it?
The Americans would probably just
butcher it.
The Americans say he's a good young pool player.
Actually, he is sponsored by Predator, and on their website they call him Mieszko the Butcher Fortunski.
Well, he's looking to enjoy a little good Fortunski here.
There you go. One of Predator's, one of the Predator staff that we have joining us this week gave us a lot of information about him, saying he's a hot gun and young gun, plays a lot.
Yeah, very aggressive.
Very aggressive player. That's what I was saying.
There's your first indication. Good shot on the one. Billy took a bit of a chance kicking at that. He had a wall of colors to try and duck behind, and I think he can count himself a little unlucky that he didn't find cover. But this is an early chance for Mieszko here. Got to slow roll this.
You think maybe he's filling out Mieszko and doesn't know of his talents, or do you think he's well versed on his talents and said, "I'll play aggressive with you"?
You know what? I think Mieszko has played enough in the U.S. where a lot of these American players are pretty well aware. And I mean, we all know how strong the game is in Europe, so that in itself speaks volumes.
Hit that so clean. Up and down so easy, effortlessly. The left-hander.
Don't see many left-handers that can't play this game. Left-handed, George?
Yes. Are you left-handed, Jimmy?
I
yes.
am today.
I am today. Let's see. One of my favorite left-handers is Rodney Morris. Another one playing right now over on table number 7 is Mitch Ellerman. Scott Frost plays left-handed. Guys I'm familiar with in Arizona. Those are the ones that come to the top of my head.
Well, the top 2 that contested the U.S. Open, Wu Cha-Ching and Josh Filler, both left-handed.
There you go.
So
I guess we're the only ones in our right state of mind.
The list would go on and on, trust me. But this young man, as we said, 27 years of age. And he he looks pretty solid. He's going to be a formidable opponent.
Yeah, classic stance. Looks like he's perfectly aligned.
I always like seeing a player get on with it too. You know, get down and, you know, don't waste time walking around the table.
Aims and fires. Not a long pullback. Nice follow through.
Well, he punished Billy Thorpe there.
Yeah, for a little mistake there.
The early mistake, and 1-0.
Well, Billy racking the balls. His first match was Carlo Beato, and he defeated Carlo 7-5. Then Michael Lee defeats him 7-0, and here he is facing Mr. Fortunski. Mr. Fortunski defeated hard-fought battle against Vilmos Foldis, and then Matt Edwards, he defeated him 7-4. So they've both played 2 matches. They've both seen some competition, rather strong competition. Vilmos is a strong player, and of course Carlo Beato, one of the strongest players from the Philippines.
Yeah, not a good break from Billy Thorpe there. Balls flying everywhere around the table, and none of them finding pockets. And this is another ideal setup. The only thing is Mieszko's going to have to travel a bit with that cue ball from the 1 to the 2. He's got to get back up the other end of the table from the 2 to the 3, and then the 3 to the 4. So he's got a little work to do with that white.
The one good thing about it is where the cue ball is now is open, and even for the 4 ball on the right side, is that the 4 ball on the right? Yes. It's open over there except for the 8. The only trouble you can run into is get behind the 8. The 5 ball does not have a clear path to the corner, so he'll either bank it or play it to the side.
Yeah, 4 to 5 is really going to be the key here, George. But he can just check this, play the 4 down to the corner, slow roll this with a bit of right-hand spin, or he could come up and play the 4 to the side. It's really just his preference. He's left himself a nice angle on the 4. Cue ball is naturally going to float over towards the 5. But this is the key shot right here.
Now, does he try to get to play the... I was thinking he might look up at playing in the side or in the corner. But to come between the 5 and the 6 here is pretty touchy. And then, of course, if he comes into the 9, he could get behind it or go too far. Came over nicely. He has a choice of the side pocket or the corner. More than likely the side, go to the head of the table and come back. Nice speed, nice control. Looks to have these 4 balls in hand. It looks...
Well, if there's any sign of early nerves, it's not showing itself.
Now.
Laid that cue ball near the rail, give himself the angle to
get off.
Get closer to that 8.
And pretty quick, Billy could find himself down 2 games in an alternate break format.
Just slightly underhit that. Not going to be able to get as close to the 9 as he would have liked, but shouldn't pose any problems here.
He doesn't mind the distance. He's fine with that.
Well, a great start. 2-0. Mieszko Fortunski, the dry break from Billy Thorpe, and just like that, finds himself with a deficit.
And Mieszko has the break to make it even a bigger deficit, possibly.
So they call him the Butcher.
The Butcher. That's what Predator has him down as, is the Mieszko the Butcher. Plays with an icon with a 314. 314 3 shaft. He is sponsored by Predator. He's also sponsored by Ergbion Foley, a company out of Poland. Is a manufacturing plant out of Poland. Strong break. Anything down yet? 4, 5. No. It's dry. And Billy appears to have a shot on the 1.
Everything's in the open. The only thing really standing between Billy Thorpe right now and a rack win is premium of table time that he's had. Get used to the conditions out there. And this is the key shot. He's got to avoid contacting any colors. Got to get back down for the 3. Oh, he miscued.
Miscued.
Fluked it.
Well, one of our sponsors is Predator, and unfortunately he was using a Predator shaft there. Cue.
He was loading that up with tons of topspin and left-hand English.
That was a fortuitous roll. We were playing with Mieszko's last name, Fortunski, and
a fortuitous roll, to say the least.
Someone was telling me about that, and they said that that's a random roll, not a fortunate roll. Fortuitous actually means random, so I was told. He said all you pool commentators use it wrong when you use that word.
So Billy's got a choice here. He can slow roll this and just check the cue ball, leave himself a little longer 5. If he wants to run around the angles, he's playing with fire a little bit.
Yeah, I like that a lot better than running around the table there, especially with that flat angle there. Yeah, he likes it too.
Keep it simple. Give yourself the chance.
Mm, 50. Shouldn't hurt him too bad though. I don't know, that cut on the 6, yeah, he's okay. From that angle, it looks a lot better than it did from the other angle we were looking at it.
He let it out there.
Yes, he did.
And a nice shot. Puts him in prime position.
I'm surprised he didn't follow up to the head rail and come between the side rail and the 8 for the 8 in the corner. Chose to shoot it that way very easily, though. Gosh.
Well, he benefited from the fluke on the 2. He put pay to it. 2-1, he still trails, but he swiped that one against Mieszko's break, so pretty much on serve.
On break, on serve.
But these races to 7, they're sprints by anybody's standard.
Yeah. They also magnify any mistake.
I mean, we've had a couple 7-0s. Most notably, the one that was just on prior to this match. A flawless performance from the Terminator, Niels Fine, taking out former world champion Ko Pin-Yin. I'll tell you who else played real good. Hall of Famer Francisco Bustamante against Max Eberle. A little earlier today. Played terrific, turned back the clock. 7-0 he beat Max.
Well, pretty good break there. Straightening on the one in the side. Ball down. 3 ball went down.
He's just assessing where he wants to leave the white. The angle to get from the 2 over to the 4.
Probably leave it on the bottom rail, or will he go up to the top? Up to the top. Oh.
A little lucky
It almost
there.
got tricky. That
Yeah.
could have got tricky real quick. He bumps that 5 ball in front of the 4, and it just ruins the open run.
No, when you're playing good though and you're confident. The balls tend to know that.
Short side shape. Well, there is no short side. The 6 is in the middle of the table. Here he goes back right over. Nice pattern. Or he gets straight in on the 7. Come back just a hair, and he should be able to take care of business here and tie it up. So that fluke, as you call it, Jimmy, has turned into 2 racks. Tied up the match. Rake and run here.
Yeah, he still had to knock the balls in.
Yeah, well, no, that was a nice job of running that table. Very nice job.
So the first 4 racks been split effectively. A race to 5 now. 2-2 the score. Thorpe versus Fortunski. Mieszko will break in rack number 5.
We've got 7 other tables going right now. We've got champions on all of them, for the most part. Alex Kazakis, Skyler Woodward.
Yeah, that's a good match.
Oh, yeah.
Another transatlantic clash. Greece versus America. It's a number of matches here that all have Moscone Cup implications, and certainly the one that we're featuring does. Even though you may not know this young man, a couple big wins, he can play himself into contention to represent Europe in the Moscone Cup. He's going to be coming back here to Las Vegas in November.
Here we go to break. Game number 5. Tied at 2. Just a solid stroke he puts on that ball. Nothing hard, just a solid, nice, level stroke.
And
Good action.
The last ball rolling comes to Billy Thorpe's aid. That 4 ball, everything was unfolding just the way Mieszko would have liked until that 4 ball just decided to run a little interference.
I think we're going to see his talents with the jump cue, because this is a ball that should be jumped and controlled, but getting on the 2 is going to be the issue. Does he draw it back? Does he attempt to draw it back? Look for a safe afterwards. He's pretty straight on the 1. Yeah, just a stop. Now he's got to run it down underneath that 5 probably. Side pocket. There's no bank. The 4 ball's got that covered, it looks like. Does he go by the 5 or by the 9 ball with the cue ball?
Yeah, he's just got to be careful of that side pocket.
Yeah.
I'd rather see him knock the 2 up instead of going up with the cue ball. Well, that side pocket, well, he missed it, so it was always going to be the danger. And you know something, I think he's left an open look here for Billy.
Long open look.
Far from easy. But he's definitely not snookered here.
Billy won the bank pool champion. He was 2nd place in the U.S. Open Bank Pool Championships back in May. He was defeated by Shane Van Boening. He also, I believe, got 2nd in the straight pool and defeated by Shane Van Boening. Well, I don't think he reached his intended target, which was the bottom rail for the 2 ball. But he hasn't left anything. Carry him off the 2 to the 9? No.
You know, the one thing too, when Billy was cueing that, remember that miscue that he had? I mean, that was a pretty prevalent miscue. So those sort of things play in a person's mind, don't they, George?
When you're cueing, oh yes.
When you've got to dig into the cue ball for anything special now, or you've got to load that cue ball up, don't think that miscue doesn't come back into your mind.
He could have got just a little more roll on that cue ball and been much happier than what he's got, but it looks like he's got him. He might have left the left side of the 2 ball, but it's available, but he has to do, no, it doesn't look like he does. He's getting the jump cue. He's hooked. Airborne. You know, I was about to say I don't know if I would prefer the 2-rail kick on that than the jump shot.
First real chance at the rack now.
The 4 ball is next shot is right next to the 2, in the middle of the table. The 5 ball looks like it may go by the 7, but it won't go by the 9.
Yeah, it's a little tricky. He's pretty straight on this 4 too. That might have been one of those instances where just taking a little bit more time and having a good look at that 5 before playing the 2. But it looks like it does pass.
Yeah, especially with that good position right there he just got on it and gave himself an angle to go to the 6 ball. This is tight, though. He's going to have to move the cue ball, so doesn't have a lot of pocket to work with to get that 5 ball. Yes, he does. That looks a lot bigger now. Great angle. I thought it was tighter than that. It's looking pretty good here.
Again, just taking a little time. The rack is there. He doesn't want any careless mistakes to creep into his cue.
He did go for the side pocket. I was wondering whether he'd go for the side or the corner, get himself straight into the corner and just stop it. Now he's got to run the cue ball up and down, but he's got the right angle to do it with, so should not be a problem. He ran it more than up and down. He put a little bit of sauce on that one and ended up in good shape. For a 1-game lead, 3-2.
Yeah, right now with the alternating break format, it's pretty important that you just try and win the racks where you're breaking. At least that way you know the leg is so pivotal. Gets back to hill, you know, you're breaking with a chance to park your opponent in his chair in the decider.
And keep in mind, we've seen a few golden breaks because the 9-ball does count on the break. Mr. Thorpe.
He'll be looking for a good break here. Just trailing by the 1 rack.
Ball down. Nice shot on the deuce. The 1 ball went down. Straight into the side pocket, and here we go. Uh-oh. He's okay. Could have gotten elevated or could have gotten behind that 5 ball. It looks like the 4 ball does go by the 9. Got a little flat here.
Both players very similar style though. Very attacking by nature. Don't waste a lot of time.
He's going to have a problem getting this cue ball off that rail. Says, I'll take a bank. I am a bank pool champion. Four railed it right in.
Yeah, that one thought about staking around, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Well, looks like we'll be at 3-3 again. It's just that's to take care of these 2 balls here, take care of business. No miscues. Nicely done. Uses the 3rd rail to control the speed.
Yeah, George is starting to heat up here because neither one of these look like wavering.
No, not since that little mistake by Billy, which turned into 2 games. That was that 1 ball, right?
It was
a
one,
1 ball.
yeah.
In the first game. First game he won.
This will be our last match of day 2. And we'll be back with more action tomorrow. We'll be down to the last 16. Last 16 on the winner's bracket. There's to be a number of players still fighting their way back from the left-hand side of the draw. But there'll be 16 undefeated players.
Trying to see what players have moved on. Omar Al-Shaheen has moved on. He'll be here on the winner's side.
Winner of this particular match between Thorpe and Fortunski will play the winner between Justin Hall and Jonathan Demet. And I hope I'm pronouncing that name right.
Some of the matches to look forward to tomorrow, even though we may not see them on the live stream, is Niels Fine and Alex Pagulayan. Kun Lin Wu and Tyler Steyer. Eklund Kachi and Corey Duell.
Yeah, that'll be a match that that could well see the TV table. Look at this break. Made 3 balls, somehow manufactured to leave himself no shot on the 2.
Is that rail first available? A little spin there. Looked like it was from the camera angle we just had. It's a tough shot. It's up quite a ways off the rail, isn't it? He's looking at kicking it. Yeah, it's up pretty high. That rail first, I don't think is there for him.
No, but the straight kicking and follow for shape sure is. What a shot.
Jeez, did he come far enough for the 3?
Looks like it.
Certainly deserves
Looks
to.
like it. He's made a great shot and was rewarded.
No kidding. A lot of courage to play that shot, too. Never mind the skill. Gutsy shot, fully deserving of what looks like is going to transpire here.
To the win, yeah. A little straight. He'll work with it. Now that angle looks pretty good. Lead him right to the 9 ball.
Now, both of these players have found another gear. Breaking well, shooting well. Fortunski unwilling to give up the lead. He won the first 2 racks, was pegged back to 2-2, and then they've just alternated racks since then.
Well, if he keeps that up, he should come up with his match.
Well, and he puts the pressure on Billy right now
Yeah,
to try and reply in kind. Thorpe's got to try and win every rack that he breaks just to stay with Mieszko.
Right. And that's exactly what that alternate break format does. It puts pressure on the player that did not win the lag. Because when you play perfect, you can still lose. Just because you lost the lag. Of course, the other player played perfect too. So here we go.
Yeah, looking at the bottom left corner on this 1. So follow through to drop onto the 2. Nice shot.
Nice and clean. Never touched the rail. Looks like it's a pretty straightforward shot. He's just focused in his table, just biding his time. Oh, he's got quite an angle to. This is a little funny for him.
Yeah, does he force this? Play a lot of left-hand spin. Come off the 2 rails, top cushion, left, and I mean, it brings the 8 into the equation.
Yeah, this is one of those shots that you just don't want to be playing to the side pocket, because if you don't get just right on it, it's hard to get back. He's probably just going to bring it straight back.
Yeah, looking at it, I don't know that he's got enough angle to do that.
No, he forced it just like you said, and lucky the 8 ball was there, because he would have gone right in the drink, it looked like. Now will Billy bank this? Oh, he can cut this, can he? I can't really tell if the angle's there for a cut shot or if he banks it.
Looks like if he can just play straight top, he's going to run straight into the 9.
Yep. Make the 9 also? No, not quite.
He'd be banking this one.
And banks is something he doesn't shy away from. Oh, that's costly.
Yeah, you know what? As soon as he hit it, Georgie turned around. He was disgusted with that effort. Turned around, went right back to his chair. That was a massive let-off. And he had pulled some pretty good shots out, positional shots, to get himself into a position where he should have won the rack. Well, that one's going to hurt.
Especially if Mieszko continues shooting the way he has been. They're going to come all the way down? Enough? He sure is. Wow. Nice touch on that shot. Straight in. When he first hit the ball, I was looking at the screen. It just didn't look like it was going to come all the way down. It just. Wow.
I'll tell you, I've been very impressed with Mieszko. I haven't seen much of him. He looked rock solid. For a 2-rack advantage. This 9, top right.
No problem, dead center.
And now with the break.
Breaking to get on the hill.
Yeah, he can put a little distance between himself and Billy Thorpe. Get to the hill. And Billy Thorpe will have his back against the wall. Big break needed here, though.
Oh, those back balls don't want to stay put, do they? And if I'm in the chair, I sure don't want those loose.
No, that gets the 9 moving, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Sure don't want that loose back there.
Happy with it. Now he's going to look to take the rack apart.
Good shot of those Predator Arcos balls. They have a number on one side and the Predator Panther head on the other instead of 2 numbers. Colors are your old, almost traditional. Cue ball's down. Not quite what he wanted. Big opportunity for Billy. Very big opportunity. He could tie this up and without Mieszko coming to the table. The first time I've seen any expression on his face.
Yeah, the key to success in this game is living in the present. You can't carry any of those negative thoughts with you.
Everything's open. 3, 4, 5. Except for the diamond table, everything out there is predator. The balls, the cloth, even the triangle they're racking with. The bridge.
Cues are playing with.
The cues he's playing with, yes. Was Mieszko playing with a carbon fiber also? I didn't notice. I'm surprised I didn't notice.
Slightly off angle on the 4. You have to play the 5 to the bottom right corner as we look. Got to be a little careful. If he does decide to travel with the cue ball, get on top of the 5. He's having a good look at it. I mean, he's been more successful when he's just kept things simple.
Well, it almost looked like he touched the 8 ball, which would have been a foul because we are playing all ball fouls.
Yeah, that wasn't his best shot, George. He tried to stay below the 5 to play it into the bottom right corner. If he elects to play it now, he's gonna have to come with a good shot to retrieve things. It's still very makeable.
I think he'd be best served getting behind that 7 ball. I like coming off the rail and playing safe here. He's going to go for the bank, as Billy does. Billy banks. Took that shot away. The 8 ball did. There's no bank to the lower right-hand corner, so he's got to cut it in the corner or play the 8. Made it. Nice shot. Dead center.
And use the 8 to hold for position to the 7.
Yeah. Couple of really top-notch shots from Billy. That bank shot on that 5 was a very, very nice shot. Billy will be breaking the balls. And just like that, we're close. This rack can put him all even.
Still a handful of matches going on around the tables too. And still a handful of people have made their way down to the CSI Arena here to watch this match. Got to be zeroing in on the 11th hour. So it's getting a little later, especially for us older guys from the east side of the country.
Yeah, your 3-hour time difference is coming into play right about now, isn't it?
I'd have been in bed a long time ago.
Well, this will be the last match of the night, and tomorrow we'll be streaming at 1 p.m. Matches will start at 10, but we'll be streaming at 1. With
Probably tells me we're going to have a busy afternoon right into the evening. We've been streaming 4 matches a day, so 1, probably 2:30, 4, something along those lines.
Successful break, but don't think he can see enough of this one to be able to knock it into that top left corner. So it could be nothing more than defense here. It's close. Difficult to tell from our position. That camera angle kind of confirms what I thought, but it's tight. But as if you've noted, Billy banks.
Yes, he does.
Banks are empty there. That was a bank fraught with danger. But again, such a confident young man. You never mind seeing a player fire like that. If nothing else, it sends a message over to his opponent too. There's no fear, not in his game. No pocket available for the 2 here. So now it's going to be Fortunski's turn to try and find cover. Looks like he's lining up as though he wants to just try and roll behind the 5, put the 2 down on the bottom cushion, keep the cue ball behind that orange 5.
You called it. A little harder to tuck the cue ball in behind the 5 better, but also brings the 2 ball up table. And he held it just right. Good speed. Little rail first shot, huh? Uh-oh. Error. Now, I wouldn't call that an unforced error because the safety kind of, forces part of that.
Well, and again, the way that he's played the escape almost brought that into the
equation,
formula,
yeah,
didn't it?
Sure did. Hitting behind it.
I think if you ask Billy right now, he would tell you that he wasn't happy with how he hit that ball. Just got in behind it too much.
Yeah, that's just a 1/16 of an inch there. So is he not scratching? The spin helped it too. It hugged the rail. Either way, it was a foul, and Mr. Fortunski, Mieszko, will take full advantage here. They're lined up pretty good for him. Just a stop shot there, and all he has to do is come back for the 5, then it just tic-tac-toe. We are at the Rio in Las Vegas during the BCAPL World Championships. So get yourself down to Vegas. We've got 2 more days of this tournament, and then we've got 4 days of the Predator World 10-ball Championship. 64, the best players in the world, assembled right here at the Rio in Las Vegas. For your viewing pleasure, autographs, pictures, guys have been around doing all kinds of great things. Legends, Hall of Famers, and young guns like these 2 that are playing right here.
this is definitely the place to be, isn't it? You can't make your way down here, then YouTube, the CSI Facebook page affords you the opportunity to catch all the action, stay on top of the results.
And the upcoming matches. But this one's not over yet. He still has to execute another rack after he makes his 9-ball. And Billy says, if I come to the table, look out. Question is,
he's arrived to the hill, George,
yeah.
6-4 and breaking. So he knows he's going to have at least 2 bites of the cherry.
2 bites of the cherry breaking. Watch these guys rack the ball. They cannot manipulate the 1 ball at all. In fact, they're told not to even feather it.
Well, he'd like to put the finishing touches on this match. He's got the chance right now with a good break.
One ball on the side, 2 ball in the corner. Tough shot on the 3. Nice cut. Real thin cut. He might look for something else to play. I don't know. I don't think he has anything else to play, does he? It looks like he just has to go for this shot.
He's just going to get the extension, I think, for the butt end of the cue, just so he can reach this a little more comfortably. Screw it in, and that just tells me he's going to try and slice this one in. Billy Thorpe looks on. He's hoping for another chance.
Oh, well, the butcher from Poland is going to slice this one. No, he's playing safe. Billy hits these shots really nice.
Well, that's not the worst result.
No.
He's going to have to come with a good shot on the 4. But the good news for Billy is the 5 is right there, as well as the 6. So just keep your head still. Park this 4 to the bottom of that corner.
Missed it.
See the cue after he delivered it, went straight over to the side.
Those are tough shots. Well, it's his for the taking now. And he's giving it back.
And he didn't get on the 5 either.
No. And that's probably why he missed the ball. He hit it too thick. Yeah.
Too thin.
Too thin. Okay, he opened it out. Trying to hold the cue ball on the right side of the 5. Big break for Billy. Because if he can run these 5 balls, he gets to break.
I don't think the 7 goes by the 9 with that cue ball so near that left-hand cushion. Billy's going to have to provide a little bit of magic here to get position to the 7, unless he decides to go to 7-9 combination. Easy to get the cue ball on the right-hand side of the table, not so easy to get back on the left.
You got to spin this to left-hand English if he goes that way. No, he went forward. And
well, he's either got the combination or the billiard to the 9. Safety's easy too. Just bank the 7 straight up the middle. He's got the 8 and 9 to cover.
Well, he's pretty aggressive here.
Oh.
Two-way. Yeah, I thought it was.
And that's how you take matches. You put your shoulder to the door. You don't back in. You want to win a match?
Shots like that.
Yeah, you're going through the front door. That was a great shot. And again, a lot of courage to take that shot on, because he had to feel that it was going to be a match loser if he missed it. So, still in the hunt.
Needs to hold break here. Rather fortunate to come back to the table after giving it up, and Mieszko missed that 5 ball. Well, he's got a shot. He's got to look at the 1. Shot, I'm not sure it goes by the 4.
Yeah, dry break, that 6. Right in the corner pocket, so deep. Almost tough to tell it's still on the table, just on the bottom left.
That's what, oh, there it is. Okay, I counted 8 balls on the table. I thought Billy had a shot. I did not see the 6 ball there. I just couldn't see it from the angles. I was looking at the table, and our monitor's right in our way. I should look at the screen.
Defying gravity, that 6.
That's a pretty clean shot there.
Well, he's just bought himself a chance at the winning line here.
Is he going to come right between the 8 and the 5 there for the deuce? It's lined up pretty nice. Nope. He's going the safe route.
He's taking a page out of Billy Thorpe's book.
I saw you bank. Guess what? We bank in Poland too.
Well, this is as good a chance as he's going to get to put the ribbon on this match.
Mm-hmm. Things aren't looking good for Billy here. Oh.
Gonna have to leave himself at 6. It's a good thing the 7's in the same area. I just about forgot that 6 was on the table. I thought he was going to have to leave himself a thin cut on the 7, but
yes,
this is where that 6 comes to his aid.
It's so hard to see that 6 ball there. And you anything but straight. Did he come over too far? He sure did. He
Wow.
sure did.
Wow.
Well, I think he's going to be cutting this pretty thin and running behind the 8-ball.
What a massive mistake. When he had the match at his mercy, all of a sudden Billy Thorpe's grabbed his cue and sat up in his chair. He's got to be over the moon to at least get back to the table regardless.
Oh, really? He's breathing hard over there. He's starting to pump himself up and breathe. Control that energy coming out of that chair. Whether Mieszko executes a good safety here or not, Billy is very fortunate to come back to the table. There's a pocket down there. He didn't find it, but he also didn't get behind the 8. Distance, no cover. Will he go to the bank well or the cut well? He went to the safety well and found it dry.
Tough to tell if there's a bank available here.
Yeah, it is.
Can he straighten that up enough and get the cue ball out of the way to bank it into the side?
You know, it looks like he can. It looks like he can. Will we find out, though? Will he even attempt it? No, he played safe. And a very nice safety, too. But Billy is a bank pool champion. Will he go for a safety here? I think the safety is harder than the bank shot. Especially as well as he banks. Mieszko's measuring up his opponent. Did you see him looking at Billy? Kind of like a boxer would measure up his opponent when he comes to the middle of the ring. No, he went for the safety. And I don't believe he got there.
Very close.
It's really close.
I'm actually right down the line on this,
And
and it is really close. He may have to just slightly elevate, just get over the edge of that 8.
Yeah. Full cue jump. He just had to get it off the table about a half inch to get over the ball.
But you know something, George, right now nothing's coming easy.
No, nothing will be easy here.
And,
Not here.
Storyline continues. This is missable, this 8.
And the position isn't easy. Right here, I don't even think he wants to play position. Yeah, just take what the table gives you there and come over. Get off the rail. Not quite enough. He'd like to be off further.
Well, how do you like to shoot these to win a match?
I'd rather be off the rail a little bit, but that shot there, easy to miss and fairly hard to make. It's a good shot.
Oh,
He
that's
made
a
it.
great
He made it.
shot.
Great
from
shot, great
Mieszko
match.
Fortunski. What a way to close the match out. 7-5. He sends Billy Thorpe to the left-hand side of the draw. He goes through to play the winner of Justin Hall or Jonathan Demmett. And as we've already said, it's all done from the CSI Arena here tonight. Match play will start again tomorrow at 1 o'clock. George, you and I will be here front and center.
All righty. See you then. Good night, folks.